Hello everybody, MDH1029 here again with another vlog review for you all. This time, as I promised for my Batman Arkham City vlog review, I'll be doing Batman Arkham Origins, I should probably say, Arkham Origins for the Xbox 360 and the PS3 version. Why? Because there's only one reason. I'll get to that later. Now, as I remember, as I said in my Batman Arkham City review, that there's one particular character that I like, but we'll get that in a little bit later. So basically, the story to this is Christmas Eve in Gotham. Well, this is not a Christmas review or anything like that, but you know what I mean. So it's Christmas Eve in Gotham, and Black Mask has invaded Blackgate Prison. And in terms of everything that is going on, Bruce Wayne, of all people, putting on his Batman gear and heads up to Blackgate Prison just to stop trying to figure out what Black Mask is planning. Of course, the reason why, because he wanted Calendar Man because he wanted them out of the death row. That's what they call it, death row. And I didn't expect that for poor Calendar Man to be in death row. Now, the reason why I'm reviewing this is just because because there's a reason why. Just because this game is pretty good, but it was also a quick cash grab when it was released back in October 2 years ago. Man, it's been almost 2 years ago since this game came out. I mean, sure, I have both of them now, only because, for one reason on this one, I'll get to that later, because you already see it on here. I'll explain that later. Now, basically, for your enemies will defy you. Of course, Black Mask's assassins are well the firsts. Prowl the streets of Gotham City, expand your arsenal. Of course, it's kind of sad, that the multiplayer doesn't mean crap. Doesn't mean shit whatsoever. So basically, what do these assassins do? Well, of course, these assassins, because Black Mask put a $50 million bounty on the Bat's head. And let's just say, I'm really surprised that Black Mask would do something like that. Out of all simple curiosity, the whole thing didn't work, and those Jokers planned to carry it on. When Batman found it out that Joker caught the Joker caught Mr. Black Mask, or Roman Silence, I guess you could say. It doesn't matter which name, but it works. Both of them works. And in terms of that, Joker had Roman Silence in Gotham Merchants Bank. Well, Joker took all that $50 million out of that Gotham Merchants Bank and basically ran off in an ambulance to the Gotham Royal Hotel, where the point of Bane that wants to kill them. Of course, Bane knew that Batman was coming to begin with. So Batman had to scale all the way up to Gotham Royal Hotel, both East and West End, just to get to the Joker. At that point, when towards the point of placing the Batman placing the tracker on Bane, that tracker responded and found the lead of Bane's base. And basically, that's when Bane knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. And I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me that Bane knew Batman was Bruce Wayne? That Bruce Wayne was Batman? How did he know? How did he know? That's really a oddball, I guess, for a sense of having an oddball of a situation like this. Now, of course, to the point of Firefly realizing that Joker is in jail, they basically, Batman's there to stop Firefly from destroying the bridge with the bombs. Basically, Batman got three out of the 4 bombs, while Captain Gordon's bomb squad was only the last one, so they got there just in time before the bridge exploded. When they got the bomb defused. So yeah. So basically, after that, Batman gone back to GCPD, not back to GCPD, but back to the Batcave because Bane destroyed. He destroyed the Batcave in Arkham Origins. He destroyed the living crap out of that Batcave. I mean, who any other character in the type of Batman universe, any type of villain in that particular reason would even go into the Batcave to destroy it, leaving without relieving, of course, Bane leaving Alfred almost completely dead, on to the point of Batman resuscitate him with kind of kind of how what was it defibrillating him, kind of strange. But then I kind of realized after the point, Joker escaped from Blackgate prison, and then Batman was on his way there to stop the Joker. But he had to fight Bane, because after the point of Batman using that the defibrillator gloves of his, so I'll get to that in a little bit, that basically that Batman destroyed Bane. He put him on cardiac pulmonary arrest. Only had minutes to resuscitate him back to being recuperated back into being alive. Kind of strange, right? And then Bane took the TM1, injected it himself, and basically made him more gargantually massive. And to the point of mostly the reason, my computer up here a little more, because I think there was something else going on while the whole thing was happening between the assassins. Of course, there was also Enigma, which, same as the Riddler, collectibles everywhere, collectible data packs everywhere. Of course, the signal relays, as well. Destroy them, get to 1,000 experience. Grab a piece of a extortion pack. That's 2,000, right? 2,000 experience right there, which is also almost wanted. Now, of course, this is kind of strange when I say this. Well, of course, Batman stops Bane towards the end of the story. One last little fight sequence until we get to the point of Joker, and then take him out from there. Take out the Joker from there, of course, from the point of beating him up. So yeah, that's basically Arkham Origins story. It's kind of a not bad one. Basically, you got Firefly, Killer Croc, Lady Shiva, um, Copperhead, Deathstroke, Deadshot. What was the last one? And Bane. Have I ever said Bane? I think I haven't said Bane yet. I haven't seen Bane. I think, yeah, those are about 8 assassins. I mean, that's crazy. But even though let's see, about 3 out of the 8, I believe, are side missions in terms of different things, like from SOS, single to a little baby carriage, to know that Shiva's going to attack right behind you. We hit the counter button, just wipe her away. I think, well, man, I don't know what the last one was. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think actually this is 2 out of the 8. Ain't that kind of strange? 2 out of the 8 assassins were technically, just missions. That there's no point of them collecting the bounty, because Joker's put behind bars. Probably, everybody knows that now. That's kind of a strange way to put it. Now on to the game. I never had a hard time, realizing that sure the gameplay is the same with some, I should say, some difference of enemies. Of course, you have your Bane thugs that basically kind of look like Bane, but it's like they're kind of smaller, like kind of normal size, but packing a punch. And then you got your martial artists. After the fight with Deathstroke, you're introducing these martial artists, and they're pretty easy to counter if you know how to counter them, especially when you double counter them. Like you counter your counter, you counter their counter. When that double sense comes up, just press the Y a couple of times, just bam, kick them down. Now, as for the next one, as for the next enemy, it was they called it Enforcer. It's kind of a big buffed up guy, just to beat the crap out of you if it's armored or not. Crazy, right? Now, as for the gameplay, the controls itself is really simple, with just a few new things, just to make things a little interesting. On the PS3 version, they did change the controller formula to having the detective mode on L1 instead of L2, which I'm technically fine with that. I'm being honest. I'm fine with that. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing as this one as it always was since Arkham Asylum on the Xbox 360. Now, to be quite honest, I really have I have no idea how to explain this, but there's also a good crap load of DLC on this game, especially the one exclusive DLC to the PS3 owners, which I'll get to that in a bit. Basically, the season pass was basically a $20. I was spending $20 on a season pass, and then that gives you some good amount of skins, some basically the online gameplay. This is the first time for a Batman game online gameplay. Doesn't work out well, but those Arkham Origins ammo supplies, just drops, just really don't help, giving you new weapons and all that. Now, as for the next ones, of course, you get some skins, including two for Robin in Batman Arkham Origins Online, and there's also the Black Mask challenge map, which I do got on this one, by the way, not the PS3 version. And for most time, I might as well switch them out because I don't do much in Xbox 360s much. And as for the PlayStation 3 version, it's all the same thing, the same DLC. But the one thing that you could get when it was new back in 2013, you could actually pre-order Deathstroke. Like Deathstroke, huh? Sure, he's different. Sure, he's different in terms of Batman in general. It's different, sure. It works. It works, compared to Arkham City. It's decently better, but not as much. Of course, there's the Initiation DLC pack, which basically is a lot. It's basically how Bruce Wayne became the Batman, the vigilante, how he is, being the ninja of the night, how he is today, the warrior, when the black of the night, dark of night, whatever. It's kind of hard to explain it. The next thing I was going to point out that I can never understand why the whole situation of new things, new things that come to online that's not really much of a thing, but I don't mind the online. Of course, there's the motion sensitive, like basically controllers glide while with the controller. It's kind of strange to explain because I don't have my PS3 controller with me right now. But basically, when you have that motion sensitive on, you basically control it with the control stick. I know I look like a freaking idiot while I'm doing this, but you control it with the control stick. How the control is gliding motion. I mean, it's so strange to do that. I mean, I never used the dang gun thing because it's pointless for one, and two, I never got to realize that it's not really a useful thing. Now, as for the gadgets, of course, oh man, there's a good few chunk of new gadgets. Of course, you always have your typical same upgrades from Arkham City. But even though this is a prequel game, remember that this is a prequel game, not this is a prequel game, not 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 Arkham Knight, as we expected here recently. Now, as for you expect of, as you would expect of a lot of things, that there's quite a few new gadgets. First, well, of course, you have the Return Disruptor, which you could actually could change it up to. Of course, you have the Mind Disruptor. You can have that upgrade to that. Of course, you can upgrade to having the PA system cut off and figure out. The henchmen are like, why is he not speaking? They have to go fix. One of them has to go fix it. And then you have the the ammo capacity increased by one, and you can use it up to 3 times if you have that capacity. That increased capacity by one. Now you have your concussion detonator. That's a new thing. Basically, you stun them for quite a little time. Quite a little time. You can quite stun them when you actually use it. I mean, I use it about a few times just to intimidate and just get the scare, just get the concussion confusion on the bad guy's face when they mind the bad guy faces when they just shoot around like just you just get confused and just like I saw what you're doing there, but next up is also the glue grenade, which is kind of pretty cool actually. I like the sound of the glue grenade because one, it's non-lethal and it's pretty good at sticking things. And secondly, you could do a glue takedown, glue smash takedown, which is pretty cool. Sure, it works, but I really don't use it that much, only for anything different in particular. Now, of course, the season pass also includes 2 skins. By the way, season pass includes 2 skins as well, which is the Brightest Day and Gotham by Gaslight, which is pretty cool. Of course, if you have a WBID account, you also get the 1 million Batman skin for free. So that's a free DLC right there for you. Of course, the thing is, that's not the only thing they did for. Well, that's the only thing that's the only not the thing they already did for Xbox 360. Just have that DLC belong to that one. PlayStation 3 has exclusive downloadable content just for your PS3 owners. And of course, for the Batman Arkham Knight, this is kind of the same thing the with the DLC on that one. Because this one you have the Nightfall pack, which includes Nightfall Batman skin, the Adam West Batman skin, which is very fun to use in New Game Plus, because New Game Plus you get to carry all your stuff over from Arkham, from the point of the regular story to New Game Plus with all your power, all way upgrades besides the remote claw and the disruptor, and of course the glue grenade and the concussion detonator. But you still have the sonic shock battery. That's a plus though, right? Which I really kind of find when I played New Game Plus with the Adam West Batman. I was laughing. Just it was so ridiculous seeing him like we can't take this. I can't take this seriously. When I played New Game Plus with that skin, I was like, man, I can't take this seriously no more. I might as well just give up. But I played it through, and I was like, well, at some point, it's gotta be good, right? Right? Which it was. Of course, the 5 challenge maps, which is pretty cool. They got 5 challenge maps for the exclusive content on the PlayStation 3. Gotta remember that. Exclusive content on the PlayStation 3 only. That's the only thing. As for the next few gadgets we got basically the remote claw, one of my favorite gadgets to use, especially when you hang up bad guys upside down. Especially after you use the inverted takedown, because basically you take that one up, take him up, and choke on, just hang on his neck and throw him down. Have another guy shoot the remote claw him, and just zip them up. Have the other guy fall down, or have the other guy unconscious fall on down. Which is so fun and so satisfying to use. That makes you feel like the Predator of the Dark Knight that everybody feels like. Everybody feels like you know. Now, as in terms of the shot gloves, I really love using the shot gloves, especially for those combat challenge maps. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it's just still strange, you know. And this kind of bothered me a bit since Arkham Knight, and it's not really bothering me, but it's kind of what is the word? Different. Because every time I play Batman Arkham City or Arkham Origins, when I fly over big rooftops and all that, I always get a piece of 1989 Batman Danny Elfman Batman theme in my head when I'm gliding or being the holy hell out thugs. And of course, the 1960s Batman theme gets to my head too. Just kind of a guilty pleasure when you have the Anna West skin in the PS3, was just kind of a guilty pleasure. Not this. That is basically a guilty pleasure because it's Adam West's Batman. He's kicking so much ass while he's doing it, but it's funny at the same time. That's what I'm trying to get here out of that. It's just funny when you do the Adam West skin on New Game Plus. You won't forget. You won't regret. I should probably say, not forget, but regret. Now, as for now, basically 6 months later, there was a DLC story that was taking place a few days, probably about New Year's Eve of the events of Arkham Origins on New Year's Eve, called Cold Cold Heart. Oh boy, where did I begin? Basically Mr. Freeze and Penguin had a deal. Penguin wanted something kind of super coolant weapon that's kind of crazy, and Mr. Freeze just wants to save his wife. Batman, on the other hand, stops. Batman figured out through one of the crime scenes that was basically Ferris Boyle, a humanitarian, that won Humanitarian of the Year in terms of the Bruce Wayne's New Year's Eve party. I was like, huh. Starting off with award win at a Bruce Wayne's mansion, at the Wayne Mansion, Wayne Manor, whatever you call him. But I think we're gonna get to the point of Batman getting that one particular little thing called the Extreme Environmental Suit, or the XC suit for short. For short, for all those people that don't like saying it long like that. Let me put it down for you. Basically, it protects Bruce Wayne from extreme cold weather. They're keeping the heat inside him nice and toasty. Now, how does that work? I have no idea. But there is some things like some anarchy activists, anarchy tags, and saving a bunch of frozen police officers inside inside and out, inside Golf Corp and outside outside towards Coventry and the Diamond District. That's about it. The rest of it, iced off. That's about it. And basically get some pretty not bad of upgrades. Basically get a quickfire batarang, thermal quickfire batarang, thermal glove upgrade, um, thermal glove upgrade that basically makes you make more pack a punch to the thermal gloves. I think there's something else, but I don't remember. Of course, the batarangs has a Fahrenheit built into them when you have the XE suit built in. It's just really. I was like, I didn't know that. So basically, at the end of that story, Batman saves North Freeze from being absolute dead because of Ferris Boyle let her die, as Mr. Freeze just watched. And of course, Batman had to break free from that ice, and basically, Batman stopped him, and kind of strange enough, and basically Batman saved Mr. Freeze and Nora Freeze. Of course, it's just that's how it ended there. I was like, is there gonna be anything else to it, or that's just it for the end of the story? I'm gonna be honest on that. I'm gonna be honest and say that Batman Arkham Origins as a whole, in terms of story and of course the DLC story, it's pretty. Cause I don't know, it's kind of iffy right now. Kind of iffy. It's like tipping a balance scale. Kind of table of balance scale. It's like which side of which like game better, like Arkham City or Arkham Origins. I think Arkham City is good. It's pretty amazing overall, but it's just that Arkham Origins has that one gadget that makes it different. Of course, when you upgrade the remote claw, you get two additional takedowns. You get a tightrope takedown, basically just silently go under the wire and then take him down, just bam, punch him in the head. And there's the zipline takedown, basically another noisy takedown. It's just when you shoot up at a vantage point, when you shoot at a vantage point, they'll pew, pew, and you zip line there. You just when you see the zip line takedown button pop up, he just glides down the enemy, just pull him up, just bam, left hand to the face. That is pretty creative. I wished. How come they didn't bring that back for Arkham Knight? That would have been so cool. That would have been so cool. That would have been a perfect opportunity. But they didn't, which I was fine with that. I was fine, but they still had the line launcher, which is another improvement, which actually is a lot better in that game than it was in Arkham City, which just show you how to upgrade the wire to hang on to, and of course switching at the point of an angle. We can switch it at any time towards the angle, just pow pow pow. Just going in different ways with it. So yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Of course, I could have thought about the collector's edition, but I really never had the time to do that. I mean, I've seen it on some places, but I really never bothered with it because it's just a statue with the game. A statue with the game and all that. Sure, with a couple other things, but sure with a few other things. That's about it. So yeah, so that's for both the versions. While both of them are on the same scale as alright, scale is alright. I'll have to probably to say for both of them this because this one's probably the better version because of the Nightfall pack, the Nightfall pack. It also has the classic classic TV animated TV Batman skin. Which I gotta say they both made a pretty good, satisfying result. As for I'm not gonna rate the online gameplay. It's just no. So I gotta say, I'm gonna give Batman Arkham Knight I'm gonna give him a 3.5 on this one. Because it's made by a different video game company that's Warner Bros. Games Montreal. Sure, that works, but it's not Rocksteady. I'm fine with that because they were already the point of development of Batman Arkham Knight for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. When the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 was released was released in November of 2013, I believe. So yeah. That's what I gotta say, and probably give my honest opinion about probably something else next time. I don't know what's gonna be next time because I haven't thought of it yet. But I think I probably get planned something pretty good this time. All right, this is MDH1029 signing out.